there's something that you need to take action on. So there's something that you're currently learning. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning have to do with you going back to school, taking action on something that you've been wanting to learn. And what comes forward towards you as messengers, what you take interest in. And there might be people in your life. There might be people in your life that come into your life that are there as an invitation, as a guide, as messengers for you to step forward and choose your path. And you're here to study something, to master something. Wands energy, lighting your torch to a new creation, to a new project. There's something being crystallized. Portal is being opened for you to start. A new moon in Aries is starting a new project, taking action, your dream life, how you want your life to be, and really reflecting on what you envision your higher self to attain in this lifetime. In this lifetime, even if you don't believe in Starseed Earth School, this is about like reflect on your life here on Earth and think about what you actually want to accomplish, what you actually want the end of your life. What do you want to say you've completed, you've done, you've mastered? And then go head first into those things. Going to be crystallized in order for you to then take that torch. You're making something new. You're taking on something and you're lighting the torch. If you're doing something that's the same, like someone else has done it, but I feel like you're the revolution. You're blinded. There's self-limiting beliefs in this hermit isolation period. There's been a heartbreak which might have come from putting yourself in this, or someone else putting you in this sense of containment and paralysis of the mind, solitary time within pain, to really don't play the victim and take that time, find yourself, to find your North Star, to find what you're here for. And through that, you will gain celebration. You will come back victorious. There's something that you're wounded by. This is something that you can find yourself. This is self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging, where you, in order to find your path, what you're meant for, the next step, the messenger comes through in the hermit, in isolation, in solitary confinement. This isn't just the time to be alone and have a victim complex. Oftentimes the hermit energy, you're doing an inner study. You're going deep inside yourself. There's that wand energy. The hermit is holding a wand, well, a staff, taking your power back. Even in self-containment, putting a light to enlightenment to the swords that contain you. Tajing is actually this containment, this mind paralysis is actually, there's no one else in here. Like there's no other parties in here except the hermit energy. This is something that's in your mind. You might be projecting as other people, but it's hurting you, and you're doing it through self-preservation. You feel you need to protect yourself. Mind paralysis comes from someone offering you their cup and you setting a boundary, or feeling like you constantly need to be on guard. Self-victimization you've created for yourself as a way to protect yourself. In actuality, what people have to offer is a sense of feeding your inner child, a sense of nourishment, a sense of creativity. You feel you have to contain yourself, you feel you have to bind yourself. From heartbreak, it might not be like coming home. It might be going on a new adventure. It might be you're going into isolation as the hermit, going into a more vigorous self-study, which is moving on forward. Both of these are creating movement, but they have their own emotional way that they're doing. Six of Wands is about celebration and having a support system, but there's this sense of that you have to leave people behind, that you have to leave your old life behind. This continuous sense of protecting yourself, that you've been wounded, that you're being wounded by, is this Page of Cups, is actually coming from talking to yourself so much that you've been alone so much with your thoughts. You're talking to yourself, like you're talking to your mind. You've been so alone so long that you're creating these scenarios in the mirror where you're like just like making up scenarios that aren't even happening, because they're happening in your head. They're not even in reality, and you're creating your own heartbreak. And even when you're coming out of isolation, you need to know that you're supported. And even if you're moving into, you're leaving your support, even if they are there to celebrate, to activate for you, that it is a period for you to move towards learning a lesson about a higher learning. What will come out of this is you will know when there's a messenger, either as a person or just something else that crystallizes and opens the portal. You will then hold the lantern to what you're actually meant to do and what lesson you're meant to learn and what cycle you need to begin in this new venture, that you need to pick up the torch to light your way. And that's what the Hermit energy is also. It's lighting his own way and not looking towards other people to validate their journey. Because even if the Six of Wands is about, they still have to take that period of the Hermit energy to go alone. And even in the celebration, the battle of coming home or going towards something because they're advocating, there's this sense of loss. While one has, and you have to consider, you have to light your own path. You have to light your own way. You have to advocate for yourself and take action, because there will be a messenger in some way that will to light a new path, paving the way in order to light the torch for others to know that there is a path. And it might mean going in a non-traditional route and just taking what you can get, what you can grab. And even in moments of despair, even in moments of self-containment or victimization from your own mind, there's a sense of going for it and just doing it, even in limiting fear.